You want her question?
It's interesting. You are so connected. First, I saw two cherries connected with two, on two twigs, like on a cherry tree.
Oh.
You and your daughter, and that's why you feel anxiety, and your anxiety goes into digestive system problems. You're
Really?
sensitive. You're sensing her like as if it were you. You're kind of
Yeah.
living her life every time she comes in. Mm. Yeah, I see this guy, this boy, is hugging her from the back. The problem is he has some. It's called it's like a short-legged little reptilian looking like a turtle. Was a turtle. Yeah, how would you call that on the turtle on the back? The
Oh,
shell or whatever.
you know the shit.
Yeah, and he is, he's got this, he's been trained by this turtle. It's almost like a flashback to that movie, cartoon, whatever, because I see him having the gene alteration for the psychic warrior type thing. He's very much fighting for your daughter too in life and physical. And he's been taken for 15 years to fight on Mars with spiders and people and looking whatever they were. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, more like praying mantis actually, but the head looks like an ant.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like, I don't feel aggressiveness from him. I feel like they put him in a different body where they activate certain programs. There's side of him that can be very protective and aggressive if needed, but right now he's totally feeling like your daughter is like something he has to win over, like a trophy, because he's holding her on her shoulders. He
Mm-hmm.
almost like squeezing the shoulders because he really wants her. She feels to him like a big shield of protection against the world he doesn't understand much, but she reacts to his thoughts and emotions, and she absorbs them and starts feeling that anxiety he feels. So he basically needs her as a pillow or blanket of protection. She feels it. She doesn't want to serve anybody like that in that function. At the same time, she likes him. But her problem is she's sensitive. She absorbs his thoughts, his feelings about the world he doesn't understand, and she makes them hers. Basically, I see her walking around her energy sphere, and I see her like in a tracksuit, and like tennis players put on that thing in her head. She created it to protect herself from his thoughts. She absorbs through her head. You know how she actually reads people? She absorbs through the forehead. Uh, Everything about them. She doesn't even realize, but that's what she does. And that's why she put this band in. She walks around and she starts running. She walks around. She's trying to get these emotions off of her through exercise in her energy sphere and the etheric field. Wait, there's also something here on the corners. it's almost like a bag of snakes, and they start crawling in. There's gotta be some woman or some friend of hers, female, that she knows,
Yes.
that sent this particular bag of snakes to her because she's jealous of her.
And
And
snake.
then I see that the boy she is with, she's jealous over him.
Yeah.
It's like a triangle thing
That's
formed.
yes.
So I literally, like a brown bag in the corner of her energy sphere, and 8 snakes coming out and bite her feet. And when they do, she starts feeling extreme anxiety and she starts running. It's almost like a painful. But her it's like electric little lights coming through the neurons and through neural connections of her spinal cord going into her brain. Brain has all this anxiety from him, which doubles it and amplifies it. So she can't even sleep. She can't relax. I mean, she got to the point that it's
Mm-hmm.
just neural activity in her head. It's just, like lights on the Christmas tree constantly lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
yeah, I see this girl, her shadow. She's cloaked. Oh, I see the eye. Can't figure out. This eye feels kind of like a hyena slash, yeah, something dog-like she's got attached to her. And that's where the snake comes from.
Wow.
So she opens the portal, she takes those snakes away, puts them in the portal, tells the girl to stay away, but she figured her out. Yeah, this girl is really not good because she's related to like white and black magic, and she has some abilities to influence people energetically. When she gets
Wow.
real mad, she can. And she shows her boyfriend, that guy, that warrior reptilian behind him, and she said, "But it's part of my mission." He really, deep down, he doesn't want to be on the earth. And so the only way that can keep him here is probably family. And that's why he's so into her, because he feels secure with her. He feels blanketed. She's calm. This calmness goes to him,
Mm-hmm.
but she is sitting now, put a chair in her energy sphere, figuring out how to put like a protection.
Mm-hmm.
This is a strange relationship. It's like love and hate or something, I don't know. Because it's not the hate, but it's that I feel anxiety from you, What are you doing to me? And he's I'm just looking at his subconscious, like his 38% consciousness and subconscious, in about 15-20 conscious mind. So he's not like her, he doesn't understand a lot of things. He's more like technically looking at everything and logically, in terms of, hey, they gave me the mission, that's why I'm living here for, and that's his subconscious is thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just saying that, you can't be in my energy sphere, you have to be next to me. If we are just friends and, we're not really connected through a child, let's say, that's when you can walk into my energy sphere and you're granted a permission. And so he steps out, but he's starting to get angry because I see his hands going like, what are you doing, you know? By the way, he can explode like this if he doesn't like something in physical too. And because he has this warrior gene in him, right now he would fight for her, but if she completely turns him off, he can start fighting against her. It's a problem. And she's taken this sports suit, you know, tracksuit off herself. It's almost like she put a layer of protection on her because she feels pressure from the environment, which is coming from different people. And what's happening subconsciously, people she knows, let's say her friends, I just see a bunch of girls and boys around her, and they feel subconsciously that she's high consciousness. So there's a dissonance between her and them, and it's like a black sheep in a the herd, right? They're trying to stay away from her, push her away. But at the same time, they respect her, so it goes both ways. They feel like she's very smart and sensitive, and she's nice, she's genuine. There's something they lack, because a lot of times they play a role of somebody, like a play, and she's not playing, she's being herself. But it's just a different consciousness level. They're still down there. What she can do, it's almost like she has to set him ground rules. She's writing something with the pen that she has to remind herself to be herself, to tell him I forbid you, she's writing, to insert your thoughts, anxiety, depressive states, and negativity into my head when we're together. But then there's another problem, and that's her characteristic of her essence, that she actually does absorb the information from informational field around people. You know, it's almost like she absorbs the energy of the aura and reads information. It's like osmosis almost. And she has to intentionally stop this when she deals with people she knows that are not positive. That can cause her that. And that's why she runs to you every time, because she wants to calm down. She feels comfortable in this environment and around you. And you look like a big teddy bear. You're just hugging her all the time in the energy sphere. You just come to her and start hugging, and she feels soft and comfy with you. And she feels that pull, actually, to be with you. You have a strong connection that way. The youngest, I feel, is more like maybe your husband, or more active. It's slightly different energy, because I see her moving all the time. And yeah, your oldest is more like you, thinks more, slower, reflects a lot. Too much of analysis in her head. Chains of analysis, all tangled up. She's taking them out of her head too, right now. Then there's some little tiny, it's like threads going through her body. It's like on the wave motion, down from her head. So she created them like artificial neural passages throughout your body to spread out so they wouldn't like hurt her head too much when she's thinking. So she basically knows how to deal with energy. She just knows how to relocate it from one place to another, so her body is not suffering, let's say, condition or disease. You know, we would just kind of maybe ache or feel tired all the time, but nothing else. She's taking them out too, but she's doing it a different way. So it's like she brought a square magnet and she's sucking them out because they look like gray made out of power, magnetic power strips. There's like 12 of them. She put them in a bowl, threw them out too. No, she's clean. Well, her vibration is up to just neutral calmness, which that's the deal. She has to maintain the neutral calmness. She's like blue with a little bit of pinkish energy in it, but mostly blue. It's her way of being like water, like fluid and calm at the same time. So yeah, and it goes like comes and goes, and when it comes, she'll be creating, she said, I'll create a shield in the buffer zone between people and me, so I'll be invisible, but they wouldn't be able to penetrate my mind. A lot of thoughts she's feeling, like I said, they got to her head through osmosis. These are not her thoughts. She just didn't know what to do with them, how to get rid of them, type thing, because they feel like hers. And it's a very, you know, she's the one who really, it's hard for her to be in when there are a lot of people around. It's just really hard. She needs what I see, like a forest with a lake nearby, and be on her own, you know, and you around and planting some flowers or cooking together, stuff like that. Like she's really that's kind of her environment. She has hard time with people because of this ability of hers. She can't, I mean, block it. She doesn't want it because it's actually very good ability to sense people that way, but there are a lot of them. Yeah.
Well, she has question like why she always like feels like she deserves to be punished.
It's just past life deserves to be punished, because I see her being tied up to, you know, one of those under the window. It's the old Czechoslovakia, but it's where Slovakia now is. And she's 17. They made her married to some guy. Yeah, she might have this kind of flashbacks with guys too. And he was trying to make her pregnant, and she said she's not ready at the age of 17, and he says, now you belong to me, and you're refusing the child of God that I feel is coming to us, and you deserve to be punished. Like I see him, he's got black hair, short, just kind of beige, and black pants, and he's standing there. They're just living in a small apartment type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
She always think why she overthinks everything, and she can't let it go. She cannot let it go anything. Like she has to think over and over.
yeah. She just has to know that every person she deals with has some sort of a disc. It's either an implant or a disc of thoughts created in his mind, which he has constantly cycling around. When she looks at the person, connects with the eyes, osmosis happens. She duplicates a disc from his head, and a duplicate goes straight into her head and starts spinning. That's why she cannot get rid of it, because she adopts it. What she does in other galaxies, like I see it, she travels a lot from galaxy to galaxy and absorbs in. She's like a carrier of information of different civilizations. She connects with the representative of a civilization. She connects through the eyes. Osmosis happens. The duplicate of his, it's like a hard disk of history of the civilization goes into her head. And that's how, and she has them stored in her body, in her energy body that way. And then she's like a walking library type thing. And she's very old there. She looks like, I was gonna say like a male, but she's really both 50-50. Like a very tall figure with interesting long hair coming. They're like light green, goes all the way down to her feet in a beige, whitish robe, but it's all energy. She's all composed of energy. Um, that it just kind of like what she does, and she should know that with intention and her strong intention, I want to get rid of this disc of thoughts. Close your eyes. Now, with your imagination, imagine a disc and then take it out of your head and throw it out. And when you're going to see a person or you're going to deal with people, pretend with your imagination. It's really, your power lies in your imagination. Put some sort of cocoon of like your own light from your own energy of your body. Make it golden, let's say, that it shines so bright. It literally, everything that comes to her bounces off immediately. So we wouldn't even get absorbed into her head. If it does get absorbed, then just imagine a disc, get rid of it in the portal. But that's what I see. I mean, she's amazing that way because she can literally feel like she goes to anybody, like a doctor or somebody, and she would know if it's worth even dealing with this person or he has some implants and heavy, like he's controlled by some entity, so it's not good to be with, to deal with that person.
So is that her most skills, or does she has any other superpower?
No, I feel very soft energy inside, but very she can compose herself in a very hard shell and be very protective of her future children, because I see her as children in the future.
Okay.
So she's kind of like well, I said the same about you, but you resemble, because you can be a mother bear. You're very pro, family and children for you are like the most important thing in in your life. That's this thing you share, and you're very home-like people. Maybe right now she doesn't feel it because she's at that age, but that's that's what I feel, the
I,
energy wise.
I no, she if she could, she'd be home all the time. This is something new now because she has college and boyfriend, but she was always she loves be home. What? So Maya asking, so do you see her with the his name is Christian and Maya is my daughter. Do you see them as a like what's the resolution, or do you see them as a future? Because as of right now, everything is going super good with them. I mean, but this is beginning, of course.
You know, it came to me now, like whatever comes to me first, I say it, because I really feel there's some cognitive dissonance in the way they view the world, him and her.
You see people in the world.
And
Yeah.
it might not, right now they're in this phase, it's a different phase, you know. I see 5 different phases, and to me it comes as 5 different years. But
Mm-hmm.
then there comes a stretch 10 to 15 years, and I see her with 2 kids, hugging her legs, a little one after another.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he is left in this 5-year stretch. So there's another figure there with this, like this kids are not from him, basically. That's what I see. But of course, she can change, you know, that's her decision. But if she goes with the flow, that's how I see it. On this particular timeline they're on now, deep down she feels she wants to believe it's super good, but deep down she has doubts about it. And that's when her analysis comes from, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which in this case is good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But I feel like it's almost like when they get together, she'll be pulling him. She will be helping him. She's much higher in consciousness than him. And if they really want to get together, she better put together a list for agreement type things for kids. Like, I don't want to vaccinate kids. I don't want to, you know, like what she wants or
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't want, to make sure, because I feel like a lot of things they would disagree on related to the kids and family, which she doesn't know now yet.
Yeah.
On that timeline, I see it. I see conflicts. So.
Yeah. Um. Well, there's a listen. It was this strange dream my husband had. He was told, he was showed that he's Pleiadian, and his two girls are half Pleiadian, and he saw his wife. He saw, and he was begging them to bring, when anything happened, to bring me there, and they say, well, I don't belong there. I'm low different conscious, and I was telling them how I'm bored there, but besides this, is it the dream my kids are half Pleiadian, and what type of Pleiadian? I mean, I knew some.
Original Pleiadian. It's not the Pleiadian you see in Antarctica. In Antarctica, I see a hierarchical pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Pleiadians, under them, tall whites, the Nordics, and then the Nordics created that Nazi race,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it goes. So basically, original Pleiadians, mm, they start developing different technology, AI technology, and AI technology became close to their level and started having a mind of their own, convincing them that they are not strong enough, they're not smart enough, and they need to insert into themselves AI, become semi-robotic. That's exactly what they did. And that's why the Pleiadians people channel contact with or think they're positive, they're actually negative, because the AI overtook them and pushed out their consciousness. So they really are like biorobots. They're
So,
not like us with soul inside. Um,
are you saying, so which one? So is my husband Pleiadian or no? And
he is
which one?
Pleiadian. He has 15% of Pleiadian in him, original Pleiadian.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel. But it's very multifaceted, I would say. It's like a crystal with different sides.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, he was 100% Pleiadian, but then he split because I see the crystal falling fractals into fractalizing.
Yeah.
and then he gets captured and sent to Earth. So it's like I literally see part of the crystal, then a green, like hand of an
Mhm.
alien pushing him to Earth to incarnate. So, I mean, yeah, there's truth in his dream. Yeah, your kids are. And by the way, you are related through other realities to Pleiadians yourself. And that's
Mhm.
why you're so interested into Nazi Antarctica, because your
Mhm.
subconscious knows all this information. That they want to do the same to us that they've done to themselves. They want to
Mhm.
make us into biorobots they became themselves. And that's why they live for so long and they are never, hurt, or they're never sick, or all these things.
Mhm.
So,
But where do we go? Where home? Like me, Maya. You tell me about my mom. Like, but I'm still confused. Do you know where you're gonna go after we exit? We finish here.
your mom created an interesting world. I see her in a light pink gown with lots of buttons down. And she's going under some waterfalls. Uh, Waterfalls are overlapping one on another, creating some sort of umbrella thingy. And
Mm.
each part has a different color water. And she's studying colors and vibration related, frequency related to each color, and how they affect her energy body. But she's playing around. She's put 8 layers of protection over her. The bubble, her energy sphere.
Mhm.
And she's literally creating worlds inside her energy sphere. She discovered her abilities. She knows everything about herself. She's very happy. She actually says that the life on Earth was very hard. This is very heavy, hard. Raising children, everything on me. Everything was on me always. That's what she's saying. She says, I
Mhm.
feel so light and colorful and bright, and everything was so dark there. That's why I'm creating and playing around with sound and color. It's like I'm a kid again, and I could never be a child growing up.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. She's very happy. I feel almost like butterflies, all around me when I see her. Yeah, what did you ask? Something about your.
Oh, uh, so it's so confusing because I felt like, oh, great, Sean find his home, Pleiadian. He knows where to go. His soulmate is there. But what about like, where do we supposed to go? Where are we do like my kids? If something happened, or like if I die, where do I go? Where's
You
my
just,
home?
right now, as I see in this particular universe, it's in transformation. It's like closed for um, makeover, in our terms. I wouldn't go to any planet you belong to. I wouldn't go to any galaxy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when I look at my Series B, it's partially taken over by reptilians, black reptilians. Series A is completely taken over by reptilians. So, and those are planets I love. But I decided I'm gonna go to my original state, to my 0 point, or the platform of creation, where I can observe all my lives, where all my information stored in my crystal computer.
Yeah.
And I have all the people, in parentheses, I know there. Like, I even know you. Everybody I touch with, bases in this life, I know, and they are present. It's a platform is like a huge, gigantic platform where we're all sitting in front of our crystal screens, and we can see all our lives, and we have all our knowledge and experiences. It's pretty amazing. It is very interesting. It's like reading a giant book of fairy tales, and each story has its interesting perspective. So I would rather go there. Just focus inside, don't look outside, because outside there's so many layers of different entities who try to grab you, lure you in by interest in them, into their dimension and use you. Yeah, I always say look into your heart, into the center of your chest. Imagine like the heart is connection to your subconscious. You look inside and just say that I want to go back to my 0 point where I came from, or the platform of creation. And that's where you're going to be. You just teleport yourself, because if you
Okay.
use different wormholes or whatever, you can end
Yeah.
up somewhere different.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
so come back to Maya. Why she likes so much ocean and water? She studied even ocean and years. Is it coming from different past life, or is it because I have no passion to water? I'm a bit.
yeah, but see, she would love to live by water. Because she's showing me the picture. She would love lots of trees around, like a forest type thing, and a huge lake next to her. Like Travis or something like this.
Uh-huh.
She would, because she looks like water. Like even her energy, like I said, it's blue with like little pink. The why she gets calm and happy at the same time, but it's a calm happiness. She gets this little dots of pinkish in her energy body.
Mm-hmm.
So no, she comes from water planets. She's been on water planets. They dominate her experiences, but it's in different universes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see like a field of universes, and they start lighting up, and I
Mm-hmm.
literally see water planets with no surface on top, just water, water, water. And the planets look interesting because they're totally flat. They flat with the like this at the bottom. Yeah, and that's where she is. She's
Water.
she's a big. She looks like a dolphin
Mm-hmm.
creature. Not exactly the dolphin. It's transparent. Light green, matches the green seaweed she eats in color. And then she's like a male mermaid type creature with scales. The scales are translucent. Looks very interesting, with scales here are bigger on the arms, similar like human arms. There are no scales. And the face looks like a beautiful Pleiadian kind of face with blue eyes, huge blue eyes. And the hair looks more like seaweed, but it's white. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Is that parallel reality, or this is past?
No, it's a different universe.
Oh.
S38 point, some asterisk or some sign. It's kind of hard to explain. It looks like snowflake under a microscope.
Wow.
Yeah, those are water. You know what? Water has different structure and formula to it, and she's obsessed, literally obsessed. Her subconscious with the idea that on different planets, water is different molecule, different structure, feels differently, tastes differently, all this stuff. But there's one thing, it's programmed by the creatures they live in it. So, and she's like Dr. Emoto type thing, she's interested in it.
Mm.
But
Yes. So, um, as of right now, do you see her still finishing the university in that direction?
yeah, she'll finish it. She's pretty determined that way, you know. If she starts up something, she kind of feels like she has to finish it. She's not one of those who would just opt out, but at the same time, I see her in the house with the kids in the woods by the water. I mean, that's kind of her picture in her subconscious. She wants that.
Not the working in the single girl.
No. She's home base type person. But she can spread information. She'll be doing her own research. She'll be hooked up with some people, and but it's gonna be more home base type thing. You know, she didn't discover it probably for herself, or maybe she did, but she's not the type who would go to the office every day. There's just no way. She doesn't like it. It's not for her. Her very calm, smooth, water-like fluid process of thought and creation only comes through calmness and security of the home, and like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Yeah. Right now she's really stressed out going back to school because of the whole university became like so tough Nazi with all the online class
Yeah,
or
masks and stuff. Can she
yeah.
stay at home and do remote?
She can't. They always have one or two class face to face.
Oh, boy. Okay.
But that's why she always calls me when, yeah, I guess to calm her down and stuff like this. But sometimes I just can't. It's too. I'm telling her the same over and over. Don't worry what professor how they are. They are jerks, yes. But sometimes I yell on her. I didn't know she calls to calm her down. It's just she's sensitive to their awful personality, and they just want to pat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. See that's it, in her past lives, right? According to her soul, kind of like DNA, etheric, she is always determined. She creates a mission for herself to save one planet, to help these creatures, to do this and that, and she always follows. That's why here she feels like she has to follow, but at the same time, oh, she really dislikes it. And I understand what she feels. She mostly feels their inner rotten inside of those people. But the way they translate the knowledge is not the right way. It's supposed to be neutral, not judgmental. And saying that it's only my perspective. You take what you resonate with. And it's it's like she's against the whole system is screwed up. She knows it very well, and that's why this protest inside of her too. On top of, she feels all the feelings, what these professors think of her, and they almost fear her because she has a different perspective. She understands things differently, and she feels that everything they teach um, it's not quite right. A lot of times it doesn't connect, and it's just she's just against the system of memorization. And
Yeah. So are we like? Is she already? Are we supposed to now start like removing all this stuff and start to healing, or is this is
she
accident?
actually removed all the stuff through it in the portals already.
She did.
And yeah, I mean, she's well, she has so much knowledge. It's almost like I'm just there to kind of point around. Basically, because she was having feelings on physical part for this guy, she couldn't see her subconscious part couldn't see the creature behind him. And I basically just showed her, I'll walk around him, do that. And that's what she needed me for, really. And she activated process of regeneration of all the and tissues and cells and muscle tissues that were damaged, neurons, when she was storing this kind of negative information into those strands going throughout her body, into her head and everywhere. So she sucked everything with the magnet and she threw it out. And she basically she starts moving like in the water. Remember I told you comes and goes like waves? That's the way she raises her frequency. She goes in waves, and everything that doesn't belong to her, she cleanses it. It's like it getting pushed out from her body because that high frequency and those things do not resonate. When they don't resonate, they just fall out or get burnt inside of her.
So can she share the knowledge with him so maybe he can help himself with that turtle?
Yeah, she gave him the information. She gave him a scarf and a hat. It's kind of funny. Yeah. He put yeah, because to her, a lot has to do with the head. Remember how she absorbs like through osmosis through her forehead, and her head is very sensitive basically. So, and it's like the way he would absorb the information from those, from a head and a scarf. He absorbs the information into his body.
Good.
And because he really needs her, I just feel it about her. He's very needy of her. He's turning around and pushing this turtle. He creates a cliff portal, but it looks like a cliff, and he pushes it all down. And I hear her explaining to him that the mission, it's not really a mission somebody gives you, but a mission you create yourself, for yourself in life. And he's starting to understand a little. I see him in the mask right now. He usually has a lot of fears. He's filled with fears too, even about this virus and everything. So deep down, she explains how to take all that gray, it's almost like spider web, bunched up in his chest of fears. Almost comes something like remote, I can say, that comes from his parents too. His parents are overprotective, stern type thing.
Yeah, he has very bad dad, or like he has relationship, but they divorce, and he doesn't like his dad as much as I don't know what's there, but
I don't know. I see him on a little island standing. It's like an astral tiny platform, looks round, and he's like that little prince. He's really lonely and needy. He almost like found a family and a mother and your daughter type thing. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah.
Yeah, he's just pushes all around. Yeah, he's doing something with his hands, touching his head, trying to figure out, activate his thoughts, because he was like semi-frozen. No, well, they've been abducting him in the childhood and stuff. Like you feel like he's fractured, he's fragmented too. And that's why sometimes he can be misunderstood, because his behavior sometimes changes depending on people he deals with. So
Yeah, I'm more concerned about that friend because we don't like her and he doesn't like her. We all want Maya to be friends, but she's a roommate now. She's stuck with her, even she doesn't really do anything
mm,
anymore. Yes, she's very jealous.
yeah,
She's opposite than Maya. Everything is wrong with. I don't like her too.
there's a huge looks like a giant octopus above your head, and it's a white and black magic. She's into that stuff, and she does carry the powers of it from the other lives, because she subconsciously likes the feeling of being powerful that way. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, I can't believe she sent a snake bag of snakes. That's so weird.
it's almost like a snapping of fingers, because she carries all this. She carries a lot of little bags in herself. I see them like bubbles in her energy body because I'm looking far away. And I understand those belong to different people in your life. And she has negative judgments or thoughts regarding those people. She puts them in a bubble and stores them in her own body. And then when a person is in contact with her, the tentacle of that octopus reaches that particular bubble and the activation happens. She kind of like throws that bubble that penetrates the person's energy sphere and turns into snakes or bugs, like a bag with something not good.
Okay.
But the way she does it, she's trying to do it through unexpected things, almost like scares you unexpectedly or puts you in a kind of like dazed state, like you were shocked what she's telling you, stuff like that. She uses those moments to do that. Because she has to do it through low frequency of a person. If your daughter is in high frequency, she can't really touch her unless she goes down in frequency. And it can happen just with simple, even cold, she's not feeling well. So, and that way she's very sensitive. She has to use her sensitivity for protection. And because when she feels something's off, she can just imagine scanning herself with her eyes closed, feeling, some people feel heaviness in that part of the body, or just, they would come to you. Something's not belonging to me is in my energy sphere. Let me take it with my energy hands and throw it out in the portal. And you just use your imagination. You imagine your hands. Imagine that something. It can be just a black blob, because when you don't see well in hypnosis, people, instead of like an entity, you can see some black shadow. Just throw it in the portal.
Oh, like vacuum. Yeah, that's good. Um, I I really like right now, Oksana. This is answer a lot of question. I wanna just really thank you, and you can finish my. I might have one or two questions about me, but you, it's just it makes a lot of sense now.
Mm-hmm.
She was. I just like I said, I couldn't calm her down, and no, it was everything, Maya. It's not just Christian.
It's too
Yes.
many things together. It was like, you understand, it was like a system working in your energy sphere to activate your anxiety and those negative thoughts.
Well, she's having a hard time believing you that was Christian, you know. because he is like the guy who knows everything and try to make her always explains what's happening, and he calms her down each, all the time. And she feels like he's like a real super guy for her. They don't fight. He always apologetic, but
Yeah, there's a timeline when they're together, but yeah, I see different timelines. When they're together, I see her with two boys, with two little boys. When she is on the other timeline, I see her first a girl and then a boy. But you can always change that simply by wanting and believing in something different.
right.
Right now, if she doesn't believe in anything in neutral, that's how I see it.
Well, now she's asking if he's gonna leave. She doesn't understand that.
He's not gonna leave. He's actually very much in need of you. You're like the mom and like a blanket and a pillow for him. He feels very calm around you. You know?
I've I've noticed that too. Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, don't worry about yourself like that. Um, don't worry. It's just you just need to be careful about like to protect yourself, and also like she said, like Oksana said, scan yourself each night. I'll explain her. I explain her. I explain her. But yeah, okay. Oksana, so my stomach, the one I was purging like crazy. I don't remember ever been like this week. Was it just
Mhm.
because an anxiety from Maya, or was it like ascension? I don't believe all the ascension, but it's ascension. What was side effect? What was that? I didn't
You're
even
very
talk.
sensitive. Yeah, you're very sensitive. You absorbed it from her. On a etheric level, you're trying to take anxiety from her. Basically, you planted a seed of anxiety in your stomach. It started getting bigger like a snowball because I see threads of different anxiety, what's going on around the world. You're also feeling that something big is going to happen. Right now, the volcano is ready to erupt, and you feel it, you know? So
Hmm.
it's all together too many things from all around you are very heavy, got into you at the same time and formed this huge ball in your stomach, and it just physically couldn't sustain it anymore. So your body decided to get rid of that way, which is actually kind of a good system in a way.
Hmm.
I can tell you my 9-year-old, since he was little, he just throws up. Every time there's a fight in the family or something,
He throws.
or with his friends or something, he throws up. Yeah, it just one time and he feels better, and that's it.
That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
but but
And
Oksana, I still feel the choking. It's just I know you told me that there's nothing there, but I feel tight in my throat, in where I swelling. I mean,
it's
breathing.
from here. I feel pain from you here. Here. It's like the bones here. It goes down here. It creates like net, like a fish net, transparent, like this, all around your throat. Like they put on the tree.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like when you start talking about it. I just touched your neck, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I feel. And I mean, does it hurt you here sometimes? Like all of a sudden, I feel pain here, like
No,
in this bone. And
no,
it's
it's
basically hanging off here. It's like a little hooks and hanging here,
like,
like a veil. But it's like a veil of your protection. It came to me that you keep recreating yourself
uh-huh.
because um, the people you don't know, and the people you know, and the people you deal online with,
Mm-hmm.
and just overall, even at the store, even strangers, you
Mm-hmm.
feel like saying something, but you don't want to say it. That's why
Yeah.
you created this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, you feel some protest against something said, or against some ways people look at you, or you know, like against this world overall right now, how it is, it's in a state of panic and despair. And that's why you said to yourself, I better not say anything, you know, and because it's not worth it. They would have cognitive dissonance. It's not going to be worth it. They create a fight. I don't want it. And even, you know, some things with your husband too, like you would just, better not say it. That's what I feel. You took it off right now. Those little hooks and all this net. Let's show it in the portal right now. You actually burned it in the portal because I see fire in it. Yeah, just...
I honestly don't see the, like, I don't know myself in the future with all the what's going on.
I see you in a good, it's like a sunrise, and I see your daughters and you and your family. Honestly, I see you relocating. I see your daughter going to leave to a house by the water, and then you decide to get close to her and relocate too. And it's very calm, but you're totally separate from the society we know as it is right now. And I keep saying it in almost every session. That's the timeline I see, like a dominant, that the planet is gonna split into halves, like a brain, left and right. You know, right is gonna be all technological, all, you know, chipization, all this. And the left is gonna be all about connection to your subconscious, being one with it, and imagination, and living in nature. And there's just like a transparent wall between two civilizations almost on Earth is gonna be at some point.
And that reminds me, how do you see my dad? Because he's actually doing better. We thought we're losing him. Do you see, is he still gonna be here with us?
I see him like in light, like his legs and feet up to his hips are dark, and on top it's like a bright white light. He's almost like a tree that is getting water sucked in into him, trying to revive himself. He found some reason to leave. He found it.
Okay.
Before he wanted to be gone. That's why he started to destroy himself from inside. He wanted to destroy the body.
Yeah. And now he find a reason to stay for a little bit.
But I must say it's 50-50, because I see half of his body in light and half in the dark. But what helps him is when you talk to him. Like, he would not respond, but I feel like most of the times he would not. But it would sink in. So.
Yeah, okay. Oksana, so just do whatever you need to finish up.
Okay. Oh, I just disconnect from everything. Let me check your daughter again. She's playing with some animals. Yeah. So I disconnected. So you don't have any more questions? You want me to come out?
Yeah, well, I only really have questions about Maya. But now, I mean, of course, I need a session for my younger one. She's definitely abductees and stuff like this, but that's a huge session. You know what I mean? I'm having problem with my.
Yeah, just said her name. I got like heavy feeling in here, and I see some strange creature behind her which comes and goes. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
Because it came when you called her name, It
Mm-hmm.
almost looks like a sea dragon. I've
Right.
never seen such creature before, but that's exactly how it looks.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's what I'm worried. This is not good. She's such a good child, but we're having problems because she sits upstairs and now she moved computer upstairs, which against my will. And and I see playing gaming, I don't
Um,
something is wrong. That's not the little, I mean, she's a girl, young girl.
well, your oldest is giving her information. The problem is she's on some sort of creation of, this. Oh, I understand how it goes. This seahorse slash sea dragon she keeps her in some sort of, like a fish egg looking.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. It's like a capsule, transparent. She views
Mm-hmm.
her as her baby. That's just the weirdest thing.
She was baby. That's her baby, the horse, or she's his baby.
The seahorse views her as her baby,
Oh
and
no
she
no
keeps
no
her for herself in this egg.
no. Yeah, no.
And
Yeah.
that's
That.
why because she's AI, and through playing games she connects to her better,
Yeah,
because
no.
she kept pushing her away and you kept pushing her away. So
Yeah, that needs to be destroyed as soon as possible.
yeah, she wanted her stay away from you because you
Yeah.
influence too much in a positive way.
Yeah.
So, and they
Oh.
always use addiction to technology to do that
Mm-hmm.
to kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Something can be done as of right this session or no? To stop this.
You give her the information your actual daughter ran to her.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like knocks
Mm-hmm.
to her. So it was like a thin plastic dome over her. She says, "Yeah, let me play. Like I'm almost finished." Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Done, almost done. It comes to me that may take time for this, but it almost feels like it's a mission of you and your oldest on a etheric level to wake her up to see that stupid thing over her, all around her, like
Mm-hmm.
a egg-shaped, plasticky, transparent.
Okay.
Mm, to disconnect her from that thing. She has to make her own decision to disconnect from that.
Mm-hmm.
But she was some amphibian or whatever she was. She was living on land first, converted to living underwater. And that's how this thing got attached to her, because there were some creatures. Those are bad creatures were destroyed, wanted to destroy the planet. And I mean, I'm just starting to see Muriel, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's
No.
wait. It came to
Yeah.
me 10, 12 days. Let's see what the difference is. It was her. But right now, I almost feel like it's too much energetically to go into that. And plus, Muriel, I'm sorry. I have to
Oh, no.
disconnect.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, disconnect. Let me close the